So, in the AFC title game, we will get the Bengals at Kansas City. And in the NFC, it will be the 49ers at the Rams. I would imagine that the heavy favorites in these championship games will be Kansas City and LA. I think I'm not a betting man, but I would imagine Vegas has the money line. Vegas, has Kansas City as a favorite and LA as the favorite. They should be the two teams in the Super Bowl. But both the Bengals and the 49ers have a shot. Let's not write off these two teams. So there's a front runner and an underdog. But both games are rematches. And by the way, the Bengals beat Kansas City Week 17. The 49ers not only beat LA Week 18 to get into the playoffs, but the 49ers beat LA 2 times this year. I think we're probably going to get KC against LA in the Super Bowl, but let's not write off these other teams. Do you know how hard it is to write off the 49ers? They know Matthew Stafford very, very well. And Matthew Stafford has not thrown an interception yet in the playoffs. Doesn't have a turnover at all. I think that, win or lose, Matthew Stafford's going to have a turnover against the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. That's going to come to an end. They know him too well. The 49ers have beat the Rams twice this year. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. But let's not pretend like the 49ers have no shot to beat the Rams. That's just not true. The 49ers 1,000% have a chance. And look, KC probably wins. They probably beat Cincinnati. I worry that both games, honestly, my worry is that it'll be a blowout that Kansas City wins and a blowout that LA wins. Like, who has more firepower? Who has a more complete team? Who's got a better quarterback? Like, Jimmy Garoppolo or Matthew Stafford? Come on, right? I love Cincinnati, but the Bengals' offensive line makes me worried. So, the heavy favorite should be Kansas City, should be LA. I worry about that Bengals offensive line, but Joe Burrow is the man. Ice in his veins. And Kansas City's defense loves to blitz opposing quarterbacks. And guess who loves when you blitz him? Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow goes, oh, clarity. All right, if you're blitzing, you bring pressure. Guess what that means? Hey, Jamar Chase has one-on-one coverage. And I know I got to identify the coverage. I got the ball out of my hands very quickly. But Joe Burrow is fantastic. Fantastic against teams that blitz him. He'll shred you. He destroyed Tennessee when they blitzed him. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times on Sunday. It wasn't the blitz that got after Joe Burrow. It's actually his offensive line struggling to communicate and handle stunts from the defensive line. And the defensive line, basically, a stunt is where you switch, and we cross each other. And the offensive line has to pass off and go, okay, he's going left, I'll go find him, you go get the other guy. It's like switching on defense in basketball. But while the offensive line isn't concerned, the blitz is not. Joe Burrow handles the blitz very, very well. So the underdogs, the 49ers and Cincinnati, absolutely have a shot. You blitz Joe Burrow, he'll make you pay. Oh, and by the way, Tyrann Mathieu didn't play on Sunday and may not play against Cincinnati. Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins against a potentially banged-up Kansas City secondary. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be, if one team wins in a blowout, it will be Kansas City, but do not write off the Bengals. And can you imagine, by the way, imagine if Joe Burrow won a Super Bowl 2 years after winning a national championship. Be a great moment for a cigar. I love what's going on. I think it's going to be an awesome weekend. Look, it will not be as good as the games on this weekend. How do you beat this weekend? The divisional round of the NFL playoffs was unbelievable. Every single game ended on the final play. I don't know that we're going to get that this upcoming weekend, but I do think that, anybody who's like, hey, the 49ers have no shot. Cincinnati has no shot. Cincinnati already beat Kansas City once this year. The 49ers already beat the Rams twice this year. In fact, if anything, it's actually a disadvantage. I'd rather be the team that lost that first game both early games, because you have hungry, you have a chip on your shoulder. It's easy to have motivation. There's an emotional edge to that. It's, these MFers got us. We need to get payback, right? There is something to that. But let's not pretend like it's going to be a blowout and the underdogs have no shot at these games, because they do. LA should be the favorite. Kansas City should be the favorite. That's the Super Bowl I want, by the way. I want Kansas City against LA. I think that's going to be an amazing, wild game. Patrick Mahomes against Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. That sounds like a ton of fun. But hey, Joe Burrow winning the Super Bowl? That sounds chaotic and amazing. Jimmy Garoppolo, who is probably going to get replaced in San Francisco. Can you imagine winning a Super Bowl and then losing your job the next year? I'm just telling you. It's going to be very easy for people to write off the 49ers and the Bengals. Do not do it. They don't deserve that. They're better than that, and they actually have a legitimate shot to win these games coming up next Sunday. And I am very, very excited for what's to come.